Doe maar normaal, dan doe je al gek genoeg. I remember learning the word ethnocentric early on in elementary school. Deep in my soul, I remember thinking, what a repugnant way to exist. I didn't know the word repugnant back then, but that's what I felt. And I was like, how are you not embarrassed to be like that? And learning that word gave me eagle eyes to spot it. Like, I can spot ethnocentricity from miles away all my life. Before I go on, I welcome directness. Ik kijk naar jou, Nederland, and discussions, and I welcome different points of view. Or, hey, have you thought of this or that? But if you're straight up a jerk or rude in my comments, they're going to get deleted or hidden. Rudeness is not tolerated. So, the word ethnocentric comes to mind because recently we got some shit from a friendly acquaintance. Someone from whom I never would have expected to get shit for why we haven't moved to the Netherlands already. Okay, so first I'll brief you on why we're not there yet, and then I'll give you some reasons on why we want to live there. We are not there for various reasons. It's not as simple as up and moving to another state. It's not even as simple as moving to some other countries like Portugal or Spain. We do have two main reasons, but for now I'm only going to discuss one. I wanted to get both of my total hip replacements done and over with so that I would be fully capable of the physical demands of moving to a different continent that's an ocean away. So I have like another 10 months before I'm fully recovered. The surgeries would have been more affordable had I waited, but the pain I was in, it just tipped the scales. I needed to get it done. I couldn't go on. So, on to reasons why we want to live there, and these are in no specific order. We want to live someplace without needing to own a car. The Netherlands is wildly walkable and bikeable. There are over 95,000 miles of cycling infrastructure, and the country is only about 16 square miles itself, slightly smaller than my home state of Maryland, which I love. I love Maryland. Care about the taxes, y'all can zip it on that. The recreational cycling network alone in the Netherlands is over 23,000 miles. And the trains, dude, 4 hours from Amsterdam to London. You could hop a train for a day trip to neighboring countries. You could hop a night train to countries that neighboring countries. Taxes. Yeah, taxes are high, but you actually get what you pay for. I prefer the Dutch approaches to healthcare, to social welfare, public transportation, environmental policies, politics. Most international governance and anti-corruption measures indicate that money has less influence over politics in the Netherlands than it does in the United States. Neither country is free from lobbying, special interests, or political influence, of course. For a simplified comparison, the Netherlands, more influence comes from political parties, unions, industry groups, coalition negotiations, and stakeholder consultation. Large donors generally play a smaller role in election campaigns. In the United States, there's campaign fundraising, super PACs, lobbying organizations, corporations, wealthy donors, and interest groups that have a larger and more visible role in the political system. Critics often describe this as a form of legalized influence rather than calling it what it is, which is outright bribery. The Dutch have more willingness to criticize their own government and country, and it's not viewed as being unpatriotic. That doesn't mean the Dutch lack national pride. I mean, did you see all that orange in the World Cup? They're still very proud of the country, but in a more understated and pragmatic way. More dignified. Cultural difference is that Americans often see patriotism as emphasizing love of country, national symbols, military service, the country's founding ideals, which a lot of people get wrong. Whereas many Dutch people are more likely to view patriotism as contributing to society, following rules that benefit everyone, paying taxes, maintaining public services. And Dutch patriotism tends to be expressed differently. They have pride in their infrastructure and urban planning, their healthcare and social services, their tolerance and pragmatism, their water management and engineering, and their national soccer team. So back to the word of the day, ethnocentric. There is also a stronger cultural Dutch norm against being or appearing overly self-important or exceptional. They have a famous saying, doe maar normaal, dan doe je al gek genoeg, which roughly translates to just act normal, that's crazy enough. I'll muse more about why we want to move there, why we're not there yet, some other time. But I wanted to kind of get that conversation started. I wanted to see what people want to chime in and say. Maybe somebody out there can offer me some tips about moving, or maybe some Dutchies will chime in and tell me all about the immigration problem that you're all having, which I know about, but again, I'm not going to talk all about it this morning. We'll save some for later. Have a great day, Moonflowers. Stay classy.